How do you handle encoding when reading CSV files in Python? Imagine opening a file and seeing strange symbols or question marks instead of the words you expect. That's often a sign of an encoding problem. When working with CSV files in Python, handling encoding correctly is key to making sure your data reads properly. Files from different sources might use different character sets, and if Python guesses wrong, you get errors or corrupted text. First, it's good to know what encoding your CSV file uses. Common encodings include UTF-8, which supports most characters worldwide, ISO 88591, also called Latin 1, which is common in Western Europe, and ASCII, which is basic English characters. If you're unsure about the encoding, it's helpful to detect it before opening the file. You can use a library called chardet to find out the encoding. It reads a sample of the file's bytes and guesses the character set. This step helps avoid errors that happen when Python tries to interpret the bytes with the wrong encoding. To do this, open the file in binary mode, read a chunk of data, and pass it to chardet. The library then tells you what encoding it thinks the file uses. Once you know the encoding, you can open the CSV file in Python with the open function. Just add the encoding parameter and set it to the detected or known encoding. For example, open data, CSV, encoding is equal to UTF-8. This makes sure Python decodes the bytes into text correctly. If you're using the built-in CSV module, open the file with the right encoding and pass the file object to CSV reader or CSV dict reader. If you prefer pandas, you can specify the encoding directly in pandas read CSV. For example, pandas read CSV data. CSV encoding is equal to UTF-8. This way, pandas handles the decoding for you, making it easy to work with the data. Sometimes files contain invalid byte sequences, which can cause errors. To handle this, you can set the errors parameter when opening the file. Options include strict, which raises an error, ignore, which skips invalid characters, or replace, which replaces them with a placeholder. This ensures your script keeps running even if some characters are problematic. Here's a simple example using the CSV module with a known encoding. Import CSV. With open data, CSV, encoding is equal to UTF-8, newline is equal to as CSV file. Reader is equal to CSV, reader CSV file. For row and reader, print row. And if you don't know the encoding, you can detect it first. Import chardet. With open data, CSV RB as F. Raw data is equal to F. Read 10,000 hash read first 10,000 bytes. Result is equal to chardet. Detect raw data. Encoding is equal to result encoding. With open data, CSV encoding is equal to encoding as CSV file. Reader is equal to CSV. Reader CSV file. For row and reader, print row. Remember, always specify the encoding explicitly when opening CSV files. Relying on system defaults can lead to unexpected results. Using detection tools helps when files come from different sources. Handling encoding errors gracefully keeps your scripts running smoothly. When you manage encoding properly, your Python automation tasks will read CSV files reliably, keeping your data intact and your workflows flowing seamlessly.